Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Media on YouTube. Check me out on the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Breaker, Google Podcast, Overcast, Radio Republic, Pocket Cast, and Stitcher. Now, I'd like to in today's video, I'm gonna get down to what we're all happy about. Backwards compatibility. Okay? Backwards compatibility. Awesome. Now, I don't know if Sony has done this for the PlayStation 4 yet. I think that it is a really, I mean, you look at games from the first Xbox, the second Xbox, to the current Xbox One. Now, for the longest time, we became fans of games that we enjoyed playing, and really enjoyed playing. And the compatibility of games, for example, I used to play Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, as well as Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, which is, I mean, literally one of my favorite games is Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. And it takes place 14 years after the Battle of Endor. Okay. Now, didn't know that you could play these games on the 360. That which is for the Xbox One. Now, when the news from Microsoft, the Xbox department, announced that you could play Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One, which is not too bad. Awesome idea. I mean, they had listed games over time. I think each month they would release certain games for the 360 to be backwards compatible with the Xbox One. Now, I don't know if Sony has done this yet, but I know that there are quite a few PlayStation fans who have the console and want to see their favorite game that they played on the Xbox, the PS3 to be played on the PS4. Okay, I'm happy for that, you know. Just recently found out that Modern Warfare 2, one of my personal favorite games ever, has now been backwards compatible. Yeah, backwards compatible. And I just have this one happy thing to say. Hell yeah. Now, over the last few months, there's been games that's been really coming out and everything else, and now, even though Watch Dogs is on the Xbox One, I've been even before I got it recently, I was praying and hoping, please, let Watch Dogs be backwards compatible. So I'll go about once a month. Go on xbox.com/backwards compatible. Looking for Watch Dogs because I like the DLC Bad Blood, where you play as T-Bone, Raymond Kenny. And Really love the character. He's a rugged guy, very intelligent guy. Um, cool beard, by the way. Awesome beard, by the way. Um, cool hair. He dressed like he's a laid back guy, just rugged, tough guy. A good hack, great encryption, everything else. Smart guy. And I've been really happy about the whole backwards compatibility. Happy about it. I was I was just happy about it. Happy as can be. Happy. I mean, just really happy. Really glad that I'm like very very happy about it. Happy about it. And I mean, we have favorite games we played on the 360 that we couldn't play on the Xbox One. We wished, we dreamed, we prayed, and finally they're coming onto the Xbox One. Finally. Very happy about it. Cool. Awesome, awesome thing. Really cool. Um, there's games that I got that I played on the 360 that are backwards compatible. And I mean, really happy about it. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed. But ever since 5 years ago, 5 years ago, when Watch Dogs came out, 5 years ago. But the one thing that bugged me was they the game's awesome. The game is pretty cool to play, really cool. But you don't want to overhype a game. You don't. Hype it out just a little bit, but not go overboard. Okay. Um, you don't want to overhype a game like you do a movie. Okay. Give it a little bit of hype, but just enough to get it attention, and then let people have their fix on the movie or game or whatever. Anything entertaining. Um, I mean, I would go about once a month on Xbox.com/backwards compatible. And there are hundreds and hundreds of games that came out for that are backwards compatible. Literally backwards compatible. Happy about it. Good news about it. But I know for a fact there are some games that you guys want backwards compatible. And for me, there's at least about three or four that I wish that they were totally backwards compatible. I'm a big fan of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Those games, 12 years old and almost a decade old. Enjoyed playing the first one 12 years ago. Had the game for 12 years. Um, MU2, oh man, awesome game. But what I loved about it was that they talked about Doctor Doom, that him and Loki are imprisoned in Asgard. Oh crap! God damn it! Shit. So I mean, just literally that I mean, there's games that I would like to see backwards compatible. Um, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. I want to see Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Um, I know there's Batman Origins, the game. Um, I think that it's a good game. I think it's a good game. I miss playing um, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. Great graphics, great. I mean, just the right people, right. I mean, just the right voice characters. I think they came out pretty good. I think Arkham Knight was. I think should have gotten at least an award because I mean, I do agree that they kind of overhyped the game a little bit, but great storyline. But the ending, that's really insane. Really insane. And my thoughts about the on the backwards compatibility, wow. I'm like, I mean, I've seen channels on YouTube telling you that. I mean, games that you could play that they're on the first Xbox that you can play on the 360. That's right. And there are like lots of shit that holy wow. um, there are a list of games that are not backwards compatible that we're all fans of. We're all fans of. And what is the one game that you guys would love to see in that should be backwards compatible from the first Xbox and the 360? What is the one game or games that you would love to see that's that Microsoft or Sony should backwards compatible for the current console that you're playing on currently? I got about 3 or 4 on my list right now. I got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, uh, Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. That's 4. I want to see at least I mean wow. I would like to see at least well what can't get it with the Xbox is I've always wanted to play Star Wars Bounty Hunter with the story of Dingle Fett. I'm a big fan of Dingle Fett and big fan of this guy. Big fan of this guy. And when you look at the Mandalorians, they're like a modern day Spartans or just Vikings with jetpacks and stuff. So, but even though they didn't make it for the Xbox One, oh no, the first Xbox. I'm sorry. I'm glad they made it for. I'm glad they have KOTOR 1 and 2 backwards compatible. Thank God. Big fans of the game. Um, can't wait to play it. Can't wait to just have fun with it. Um, I think it's a good thing. I feel that I'm glad and happy that these announcements coming about once a month. But when the new month when the next month comes in around and we're in the next month, the new month, that we're hoping you're hoping and praying that a certain game that we want to play on the current consoles or that can be played backwards. Like hope, you pray, and you wish. But sometimes you don't want to get your hopes up. Period. Because if you do, when you do, or if you do, you're gonna end up feeling like, damn it. But the way I do is I wait. I check in about once a month, just to be sure. Hoping that that comes along. Would I be upset? A little bit, but I got over it. I get over it. So far, there's 3 games that I've played on the 360 that is backward compatible for the Xbox One, and very happy about it. Really, really, really happy about it. And I mean, really happy about it. So, what's the one game or games? I want to ask you guys this question. List the top 5 or 10 games that you wish that Sony and Microsoft would, in the comment section, of the games that you would wish or hope and want to see backwards compatible on the current console you're playing now. And what would that be? What would that really be? Now, to be honest, since I'm a fan of Star Wars: The Old Republic, I will never see that on any console, but only a PC. Am I upset about it? Yeah, well, but I can't be upset because it's been around for 6 years. 6 years. And it's been doing good for the last 6 years. I played off and on, still play off and on. But we're talking about current consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, there are games that we wish that wasn't backwards compatible. But games that we do wish, but sometimes you kind of wish, hoping that current games would be quite compatible. Now, there are games that I've played as a kid that I've dreamed and wish that could be on a current console. And 2 of them, I wish that it was on current consoles and be remade. Burger Time, Spy Hunter. I mean, the games that were almost 40, that'll be 40 years old this coming a few years. That would be Burger Time, Spy Hunter, Contra, Altered Beast. I mean, a lot of games that some of you never even heard of before. If your parents ever played the arcades in the early to mid '80s as kids, and they're games that I remember playing. Burger Time, Pitfall, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man. These are classics that should be rebooted, remade, kind of brought back to a certain way, to a way where even you youngsters would enjoy playing. Now, of course, this will probably never happen because of legal issues, but that's okay. But also due to royalties of the creators of these games. Now, I would love to see these games back and play again. You know what I mean? Never saw them on any other console like the NES, Sega, down to the Nintendo 64, GameCube, the PS1, PS2, Xbox. Any of these consoles, never ever seen them again. But it'll be really nice to see these games again, even for the ones that's never even played the game before. I think it'll be a really good game to play. You know, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Pole Position, Spy Hunter, Burger Time, Miss Pac. I mean, these games that were just absolutely classics. But due to some legal issues with Atari and the makers and the makers of the games, probably never see them again. I don't know. Never say never. Now, backwards compatibility. Awesome term. Backwards compatibility. You know, I'm happy and glad that Microsoft and Sony are finally doing something for us gamers. Okay. I'm glad that these games are coming out backwards compatible. I'm happy about it. It is good news, and I want to thank Microsoft and Sony for doing this, because you're playing games that's been around for almost 20 years. You know, you look at KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, 15 years old. 15 years old. KOTOR 2, almost 14 years old. His games came out in the early mid 2000s. Amazing. Amazing. Just awesome as can be. Just happy about it. Like, holy shit. One of my favorites, Republic Commando. You play as part of awesome game. I play that game a lot. All the time on the Xbox and the Xbox 360. Still blows me away to this day. Can't stop thinking about this game that's backwards compatible. And I don't know if anybody's playing it or playing it online or what. Because I tell you what, holy shit! Happy as a clown. Well, not clown, but happy as a guy can be, as anybody can be. And I would thank Microsoft and for backwards compatibility. Huge fans. We're like huge fans. How long will it take before it becomes a Xbox One game, and not only a backwards compatible, but a Xbox One game? Who knows? So, I want to ask you guys, my viewers, what is the top 10? Okay, this is the top 10 of what games would you want to see backwards compatible that you still have or want to have in your list that's backwards compatible, or you wish it was compatible backwards for, or is or wish that it was backwards compatible for the console you're currently on now. Just put it in the comment section. And I mean, like, literally, top 10 games that you wish to see or want that you have or want to get for your console that you're on currently now. I've got mine, and I made my list. I got it. And it's mostly Star Wars, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and Watch Dogs. So happy about it. But even though I don't have I have the one for the 360, but that's not compatible backwards for the console that I'm on now. I got the one for the Xbox One. I'm happy about it. Been a long time. Just stoked. Happy about it. So, in the comment section, list top 10 games that you wish or would like to see, and or in your collection you have, or that on the console you're on now, if it was the PS3 or Xbox 360, that you wished that it was backwards compatible. And I tell you what, Microsoft and Sony did a good job by doing this. Just happy about it, and I hope you guys are too. So, my name is Grandmaster Evan, and if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and don't forget to hit the bell for notification for future videos to come. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Again, I am Grandmaster Evan. Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out. Revan out.